the battle of
Alright guys, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlawanan semifinal MWI di EWC. Sama-sama kita saksikan perlawanan antara Gaimin Gladiators menentang
Semifinals
Tim
game,
Myanmar
Terra Queens versus
Sama-sama
Gaimin
kita saksikan perlawanan di
Gladiators.
Lane of
Go
Dawn.
ahead and check out the link also. Earlier we saw
Let's go.
feedback. Tell us what you think can be improved for MWI.
You could just scan the QR code, but right now scanning onto the map. Heading on to game number 1. Very strong contenders being marked as the dark horse for MWI this year. And so far, both of them
Team predicted guys Team Terra Queen pun unpredicted dapat kalahkan Onyx Indo. Gaming Gladiator pun unpredicted dapat kalahkan dua team Navi guys
versus Gaimin Gladiators, and mostly looking at the early good pickup of the Hilda's full.
Yeah, interesting start to the game already for Gaimin Gladiators. Terra Queens, I had in the draft in the first phase, yes. As the panel pointed out, that was already a great way to shut down the landslide of the Granger. That obviously I think was expected. When you're up against Gaimin, I think now you will expect the Granger and the landslide. Or at least
GG Navi Slayer. Terra Queen apa guys? Apa dia punya ni? Yang patut dipanggil. First blood.
Arya's coming in. It should be first blood, and it is too aggressive from Cool. Wow. Look at the fans in the building for GG.
For Nicolette also, she just doesn't want to have
Banyak pula penonton ni guys.
a negative deduction onto her 100% win rate, by the way, for her Lancelot. And so far for Gaming Gladiators,
GG baik duk malam pak. Ya tu. Aku dah tengok juga Ifat. Unexpected comeback pula lawan Navi Fish kan. Game 2 kan boleh comeback.
But we do know that that is some of the factors that you would want to pick up on Hilda this early, right? To check on to somehow navigate through the bushes on where Nicolette might be hiding or might be going in.
Oh Hilda.
Being punished here by Arya with a falling Starman also.
Arya mati ni. Ke? Ya guys. Ya kot. Oh ya. Nampak kan Joy? Masih berjaya melarikan diri. Ultimate daripada Sayori untuk melarikan diri. Gunakan flicker. Masih lagi hidup. Flicker juga daripada pelapu. Berjaya menumbangkan Valentina. Dan setelah masuk Granger join team fight. Hylos dia menumbangkan lapu-lapu. Oh, Lancelot nampaknya tak ada first skill, jadi ditumbangkan oleh Hilda. Turtle yang mudah bakal didapatkan oleh Joy.
That is a nice risk
Jadi
here for
nampaknya
Terra
free
Queens, although it might
mendapatkan
look
plating.
a bit messy, but that's the thing. Messy is somewhat what you would want versus Gaming Gladiators, more on the systematic approach here. But looking at our instant replay, just Luna knows those Lana Flare Stones there is stacking up. And even Sayori was forced with the flicker just to try and disengage.
Lainlah satu lahap durian. Win ke bawah? Oh ya, aku tak makan durian. Win untuk kau lah. Kau dari GG Malaysia kan? Betul. Katanya Zuxin. Yeah.
Start the game here for Terra Queens again.
Okay.
Guys, jangan lupa guys, bantu saya dulu guys, like and share dulu. Kita support satu player daripada Malaysia guys. Mana cuma mata pak pakai lens itu. Aku tak tahu spek aku letak mana. Siuk betul. Aku lupa aku letak mana dulu.
Most of all, right now for Terra Queens, it's really important to somehow shut down the early game, knowing that you have the Hilda on your hands and you also have Luna Lane with the Jushin. This is what exactly are they supposed to do, but Ashley on their hand having a hard time.
Ashley menjadi tumbangkan oleh Joy. Lompatan daripada Arya menggunakan ultimate tidak terkena. Nampaknya Arya bakal jadi mangsa yang kedua. Sedikit kucar kacir. Kena lebih berdisiplin untuk GG.
That is dedication right there for Terra Queens. Just going on out of their way, just manipulating all of the members here from Gaming Gladiators onto using their ultimates this early. 1v1 onto the jungle. Rui versus
Tapi yang penting Joy ni akan berleluasa guys. Sebab apa? Busuk-busuk yang dapat stun dia ni je. Apa ni? High loss je kalau dia masuk. Sebab dia senang incam Asman ni. Joy.
And as well as trying to predict where Arya and Ashley might go. And right now they're being showed down.
Ini kalau dah ambil Ruby baik juga, tapi kena poking dengan Zuxin lah guys. Aku ingatkan dia orang GG yang ambil Zuxin.
in. There's going to be a lantern flare going in. Sayori with the
Flicker
terrifies.
daripada Zuxin. Zuxin pilih tumbangkan. Oh, Joy masih lagi mendapatkan turtle. Arya menggunakan sprint menjadi tumbang clean sprint untuk Joy. Tak ada dapat stokkan Joy tu.
Sayori in the mid lane trying to clear out the waves as Slang keeps on pushing in. Good Terrify down. Nicolette has to be careful. Has a minute for the
Lancelotnya tiada dash. Peperangan yang panjang. 4 player.
GG. No damage to execute the low members of Terra Queens.
And this is why the panel was also talking about getting somewhat of a burst like
Granger awal ni pick ni pun aku rasa sebab convert pick guys. Confident hero dia. Even though Irrital tu counter dia, ni mungkin hero confident dia guys.
On who to target when she uses her ultimate onto copying. And looking at the goal difference right now, some of it is going onto the hands of Terra Queens, equally distributed. But let's take a closer look onto the mid to mid. And even the gold to gold actually already has a huge lead. And another turret destroyed here for Sakoshi's lane.
This is looking bad for Gaimin Gladiators. Amazing
It is.
for Terra Queens. 3,400 gold lead already with so much damage output early on. GG have not respected that damage output, that early potential of Terra Queens, and they're really getting punished for it. Blank? Interesting bravest fighter there. I guess there's a reason it's called Bravest Fighter, Nicolette.
You just have to be brave. You just have to take the leap of faith. But Rui, on the other hand, versus Arya and Nicolette, might be somewhat of a bait poke around here onto the jungle. But that is the Glorious Pathway. Use is early here for Ashley. Things are not looking good here for Gaming Gladiators. We could definitely feel them somewhat being killed little by little here by Terra Queens. Being hunted down constantly, right? And for Panda 1, she also is having a hard time just farming off.
Arya nampaknya bakal ditumbangkan dengan mudah. Terlampau banyak receive damage. 4 mati dah guys. Aduh.
Oh man, we're seeing the glimpses of the Arya we saw in the group stage early on at least. Walking up a bit too aggressively, maybe a bit too overconfident on the Esmeralda.
Betul dapat kan?
Gets herself punished. Lunalyn gets
Enjoy.
away.
Kalau menggunakan ulti untuk melarikan diri.
It's just a distraction. It's done over. As Ku looks for the flank now, goes on to
Ivy digunakan oleh Ashley.
Ashley walks back, goes for the peel now. Ku
Ter-expose marksman. Ni aku cakap ni guys. Oh ya, ada flicker, nasib baik tu. Teammate daripada Arya tidak terkena.
This is a very good juggle for Terra Queens. They just wasted a lot of time here for Gaming Gladiators. You have to go left targeting Sakoshi.
Marksman digasak oleh Lancelot. Hilda cuba mencari Lancelot.
Prowess of Hilda, of course, but for Terra Queens, they're just playing it right, playing their cards right, limiting, overstaying their welcome here onto Gaming Gladiators.
The way Arya is playing, I really would enjoy seeing her on a phobia.
Tim Myanmar ni guys kan, Terra Queen ni tak salah aku ada 2 import guys daripada Indonesia.
But the Esmeralda just feels way too squishy in this game against the composition.
Kita tengok sekejap kita study background chat.
Like, you just want to fight it out, right?
And of course, even with the
satu je. Jungler dia daripada Indonesia guys. Satu je. Bukan 2.
And it's not happening yet here for Arya. And I do agree with the phobias. It wasn't banned out earlier into the draft. But let's see how will this play out for Gaming Gladiators. Because right now, they're being kept at bay.
Macam susah je untuk game pertama ni. Iya. Aku rasa Terra Queen menang lah game ni. Tapi tak tahu lah. Mana tahu ada benda-benda yang bukan-bukan yang diorang buat kan. Daripada Terra Queen. Tapi Lancelot dah baik lah guys. Ashley berjaya menumbangkan Zuxin. Wow. Jadi delivery. Tolong polis. Ashley bakal ditumbangkan. Dapat mengelak daripada ultimate Hilda. Semua ultimate dia dodge. Hati-hati ada Joy. Irrital masuk. Irrital ditumbangkan oleh Granger. Akan tapi Granger juga menjadi tumbangkan. Joy masuk. Masih lagi ada dash daripada Lancelot.
will not take the last turret
Arya
shot and
mati
will be
5.
able to get away.
Apakah ini?
That was a heavy sacrifice here.
TID perempuan pro tak apa. Tak tahu duk.
Panda won, but on the middle lane.
Flicker daripada Zuxin.
Arya.
Alright, shutdown. Boleh dapatkan oleh Arya. Menumbangkan Hilda. Oh, double kill untuk Arya.
Gets brought back and she capitalizes on it.
Okay. Cyclone Eye just to get away. Langrina hot on her.
Janganlah steal. TP memang tak hidup lah.
Going to be a long chase right now.
Boleh layan duk lapu-lapu tu sebenarnya, sumpah. Allahu. Patutnya lalu kat lapu-lapu tu. Ambil shield kat dia, lepas tu gerak terus ke belakang. Daripada dia patah balik.
Koshi ran her down, man. She basically said, "Yo, you got those dance
Gold lead.
but what color is your decor?"
Sekarang masuk fasa mid game Lot dah keluar. 4,000 gold lead dipegang oleh Terra Queen.
And friend members here for Gaming Gladiators is just being taken down, torn down by Terra Queens. Looking at the low right now,
Lot
being danced
dimulakan.
around. Might be a bit
Sayori
for
bakal
Terra
dicari.
Queens.
Sayori menjadi tumbangkan. Granger ni guys. Tak hidup gila ada join ni. Ashley juga menjadi tumbangkan. Nampak gayanya. Ini kalau dia dapat curi lot guys, dia gempak guys. Dia real hero Tamil lah aku rasa. Kalau lah ni kena zoning macam ni dengan makcik santan guys, tak dapat dia nak nolongnya.
And even Luna's reaction was like, "What? I did that?" Like looking at the insert replay right now, that was a huge play. Just catching Sayori off guard plus Panda. That's all the hit list that you want to hit, right? And for Terra Queens, they just did whatever they could do just
Kalau
to zone
pervi
them
dari
out,
Esme mungkin
keep
lagi
Nicolette
okey
at
apa.
bay. Lord now marching on to the bottom side.
Okey,
Looking at the icons,
okey.
well,
Much
things are
better lah.
looking good,
Tapi
really good right now for
mungkin
Sikoshi.
pool Arya tak
Already
besar
have
kot
the
Ifat.
Olympic
Kena satu benda yang kau kena tahu. Dia daripada Roma tau. Sebab tu kau tengok kenapa EXP dia banyak mati. Dia daripada Roma ke EXP. Banyak benda lagi dia kena dapatkan experience. Belajar lah.
Oh, the AoE almost catching Ashley with a hit on towards Sayori. It's an interesting move. Halang will just take a few turret shots. Now Nicolette jumps on and Thorn rolls as well with a Phantom Execution. Gets dove on now. Maku's gonna be isolated in front as Panda goes in for the shots and will be able to pick up another kill with a Sky Piercer.
Ada turnaround.
She running away.
Wah, jungler mati boleh turnaround duk, sumpah duk. Boleh dapatkan lot. Ni aku cakap. Oh, mati juga. Mati ni triple kill. Hidup stack Sky Piercer dia ni. Mati lapu-lapu ni. Sumpah legit. Maniac menjadi dapatkan. Turn around kah?
And that's the thing, Gaming Gladiators is a very patient team, right? They already managed to do that in their previous games. And looking at the insert play, they just needed Sayori to go onto the front, even if it's at the cost of her life. As long as Panda remains on top, as long as her Panda lands those kill shots, lands those bullets, that's a safe route to go here for Gaming Gladiators. Securing a Maniac, I could only imagine how much of an impact it could deliver.
Dia masuk balik.
You don't have to imagine. It happened real time right now for Gaming Gladiators. And now, it's going to be a terrified crew. Just have to back away.
Ini kena ban ke tadi?
Talk about the huge
Tak ingat
advantage,
ke?
But before all of that, Gaming Gladiators just eyeing out the members here.
Kenapa Valentina pun nak counter siapa?
You can definitely see it, right?
Tak tahulah nak entahlah aku tak tahu. Kopi alti kot. Mana yang berguna tapi aku tak tahu. Convert pick dia ke apa ke. Ada dua possibility. Convert pick. Lagi aku tak tahu. Sebab aku ingatkan Gigi yang akan ambil Zuxin sebab dia ban Zaz. Dia ban Zaz ingatkan dia orang ambil Zuxin ni. Berjaya menumbangkan Ashley. Tak ada first skill. Slot. Ada second skill. Berjaya menumbangkan Hilda.
But still, for Gaming Gladiators with that kill, that's another addition.
Tapi satu benda yang aku respect pasal Gigi ni guys kan. dia orang punya mental baik.
Still has a
Bagus.
somewhat of an advantage
Keras
onto the
mental dia orang.
network, even onto the kill score. But right now you
Dia
cannot
tak ada
say that it's one-sided, right?
tak
But
ada
right now
apa,
for Gaimin,
pula
Gladiators
cakap,
exactly on point. 64 stacks onto her.
Dia tak cepat koyak, faham tak?
Like, man,
Mental block, dia
this
tak
is
mental
what
block.
you want. This is a dream. This is what
Semangat
you
dia
want
orang
if
kuat.
you want to somehow go for the comeback. If you're the
Tim-tim
Granger,
kalau
and as
daripada
you mentioned, she is a Granger
daripada
specialist.
luar ni kan, yang bukan
Just
Asia ni
eye
kan.
out those targets. Ashley going
Oh,
in.
Lord. Oh, berapa je dapatkan oleh Joy. Nampak gayanya Ashley boleh dikembangkan. Yang tengah kuat je lah.
Both frontliners out for Gaimin and Terra Queens are back
Tidak cepat koyak.
on track.
Sometimes the Terra Queens are just waiting also until who to extend. They have the damage, they have the advantage. So it wouldn't be a problem if it
Oh, Sayori, lasit.
lining for Gaimin Gladiators, right? They just need to do it as fast as possible, because if they can't do that, then there's going to be Panda and even Nicolette just try to survive, trying to wiggle their way through the defense here for Terra Queens. It's because defense, Gaimin Gladiators left to defend for their base right now. Looking at the in-game equipment as well, it's going to be a lock item build for both of her gold laners.
Joy. Nampak gayanya. Oh, ada Winter Crown.
One last shot, great peel from Luna Lim, but
Oh, ni mati. Ada trade ni. Sumpah ada trade. Arya down. Panda hampir ditumbangkan. Di retail down. Full acid. Menjadi ditumbangkan. Shutdown. Wah, mistik daripada Terra Queen sendiri. Akan tetapi Sayori dikejar oleh Joy kat sini. Oh, baik. Baik. Rata tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Tapi lot tu duk. Balik duk. Sumpah legit balik duk. Weish. Best. Okay, boleh.
Even at the cost of a mini heart attack onto defending their base, Gaimin Gladiators just isn't the team to be scared of that easily. They took their risk and they know that that is something to take it. And for Nicolette also, what a great dash and a great move.
Kecil lah depan macam last kau. Tak boleh. Dia power lagi.
Even for Panda, even before going down, she managed to take what, around 2 to 3 members, delivering the final blow. Then Nicolette just doing her thing with her Lancelot. And this is why you should respect her mechanical skills, right?
Sayori sebelum mati dapat terrified Joy tu bagus tu.
Wow.
I'm all in for the Nicolette Glaze, but we gotta give props to Sayori too for enabling that. And just shows you how much the Valentina can play in the game. I mean, at least in the team fights, right? You see that impact that terrifies the stolen Crimson Beacon that lets her blink so many times to evade from an easy kill. She literally had to bait, or sorry, Terra Queens had to use all the resources.
Kalau Valentina ni ambil ulti Joy ni tak okey ke? Aku rasa macam okey juga tu sebenarnya.
Guys, no, we've mentioned that Sayori really is the type of a carry. Like you could see it exuding on her aura. She has that charisma, and with using the Crimson Beacon, I do agree with you that she is one the most carries person up against.
Golit dah tak jauh beza guys. Sekarang ni on the fasa late game. Oh, ultimate daripada Iritel. Ashley muka highway akan tapi mati awal dan slot masuk mencari Iritel. Dapat duk. Tapi Lord legendary immortality. Oh, nasib hidup udah. Base. Flicker, Rui. Ui, dapat duk. Ui, baik duk. Wah, one hit. Lot.
A triple kill.
What in the world?
A very clutch move to save.
Turn around kah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan.
1 HP Rui.
Tidak respect guys
From claiming game 1, but now it's
Babi MVP game ni bodoh guys. Lancelot dia bodoh bapak dia.
Lord Panda.
Kepala bana dia.
The mentality on these women is not over till it's over. They
Dapat tolak wave. Wah, ini kebarangkalian comeback dok. Sumpah. Kalau tak ada mistake daripada GG untuk push ni kan. Ni lot besar dok.
To save the game. This welcome to MWI 2025.
Ni Granger ni stack dah 80 ni guys. Siapa kena dash depan muka dia ni berkicap dahi dia ni.
Very last drop of the HP of your crystal. Right now for Gaimin Gladiators, They're just doing it.
Aku rasa next game kena ban lah ni guys.
Keeping a cool head right now. If that was me, I would just shout.
Ay, sorry.
"Let go my
Awal buka ulti.
device," But for them, no. But on the other hand, Rui,
Pelaku masuk.
okay, she will be able to just go ahead and go back, but on to the top
Eh,
lane.
Lord. Aduh, tahunya dapatkan dulu duk.
Is
Allahu.
having a hard time right
Dapat.
now. But still for Gaming Gladiators,
Wave management, cuba tolak untuk dapatkan 3 lane daripada GG.
Right there, like we see you. Don't panic, just chill. We got this.
Play with the puncture, able to get the orange buff now.
Ah, ni kena kepung ni. Stun. Aduh, Ashley.
Good stun onto two, Sayori.
Tiba berapa lapu. Retail telah menggunakan ulti. Arya. Winter Crown. Arya masih lagi hidup. Wah, tak dia mati duk. Wow. What in the
And
world?
it's official. We finally reached the round.
Dia berani buat
Facing
decision bila ada lot.
inside the game. Wherein it could be anyone's
Tapi tadi
game.
yang cobaan dia orang
Like
pergi
round
push
the
tu pun
80
okey kat
minute
guys
or so,
sebenarnya.
we can see Terquins
Nak
have
try
the
kan.
advantage.
Kalau dia tukar item satu lagi item
Turret-wise.
damage
But
physical
look at
mungkin
that,
dapat kan awal.
80 stacks right now where Panda
Pin Tolker ke kan.
High Piercer.
Kalau kan cerita
This
kalau
girl,
kan.
you have to get someone to
Tapi
keep
jangan
an
duduk dekat
eye or
minion
to
lah.
totally
Itu.
lock her down. And 30 by the way here for Lunalin Sky Piercer.
Hampir.
They have the damage, but what's happening is that there are certain moments that I feel like there are some jumps even for Langarina and Ku that should have been better if they just waited here for Lunalin or even Rui, right? And same goes for Gaming Gladiators, but thankfully so, they're good at item swapping or buy and sell.
Aku rasa siapa dapat lah dia menang guys. GG sekarang ni. Goal lead dah masuk ke fasa late game guys. Tak berfunction sangat.
And for Gaming Gladiators right now, they reach a point wherein Panda really is activated. She is online. And she is just unstoppable
tu
right
tak expose
now.
mission.
Throwing all those
Alah.
dead Sonatas. Very heavy damage suffered there by Terra Queens.
Now it becomes a slow game once again.
Wazi kan flicker dekat lot tadi baik tu.
Completely gone for Terra
Dia
Queens
cuba cari,
now in
dia
the
cuba
hands
cari.
of Gaming
Joy.
Gladiators.
Janganlah jalan serentak.
They look to control the
Buka
neutral
sikit,
objective
buka
here.
sikit.
Bottom lane was already slow push. Nicolette now getting the mid prio as Arya.
Ah,
Spots Rui in the bush.
kasih sedut
Able to get
sisi
some
lah.
damage down on her. Loris Pathway
Highway.
also used
Alamak.
big resources here for GG.
Alamak.
They just want to try and deny.
Oh, tapi Rita dekat bawah.
Terra Queens' vision.
Wave management tak cantik tu untuk
That is
GG.
a huge ultimate activated here by Ashley.
Ni perang bahaya untuk
But
GG guys.
still could be somewhat
Lancelot tak ada pula dekat area lot. Ni marksman ni. Take expose ni. Ada jungle pula. Dia duduk jungle tu jangan bagi stack kat situ.
Positioning, but still you cannot deny that Rui still has the mobility. Jumping in with the bravest
kan. Bapak sakit bodoh.
Electrifying beats already used
Kita
up.
kau daripada area-area menjadi tumbangkan.
Nicolette tries to go for the peel now onto
Oh,
Rose.
legendary. Oh, double kill. Triple kill. Oh, di shutdown. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Marksman sudah tiada. Satu bencana untuk GG sekarang ini. Tapi tak ada marksman. Dulu tak ada marksman. Fight ni still 50-50. Tapi peluang cerah untuk Terra Queen besar guys. Sebab wave management kat dia. Sekarang ni Lancelot kena banyak buat play tu.
Try and delay things up here for Rui and Langrina to actually start out on the Lord.
Apalah buat
But
ulti.
they are not in the position right now without Sikoshi. I think this will be a very messy Lord dance if ever Terra Queens would like to force that. But Langrina
Terra Queen ni ada di mana
up
pa?
on
Myanmar.
onto Ashley. And even for Gaming Gladiators, they also have to consider the fact that their minion wave isn't looking good right now. So Nicolette is also trying to leave some of the pressure onto the top lane before starting anything. But Rui
Susah ni.
is
Legit
calling
susah.
on to Nicolette. There's going to be a
Highway
chase.
daripada
Ooh,
Ashley. Cuba
Pathway
menyelamatkan
force
Lancelot
out
mungkin.
from Ashley here.
Good backup.
Bawah duk.
The bottom
Wave
lane
bawah
now
ni.
better for Terra Queens. The goal
Kena
is for
kemas.
GG, but everything else for Terra Queens. Tempo on the map.
Clear dulu.
Lanes obviously slow pushing constantly towards Gaimin's base.
Oh, ada perangan.
A lot of, damage down
Lapu-lapu
now.
mencari
Black Jumps to the Bravest Fighter.
Granger. Arya menerima damage agak banyak.
That's when the crown used up already.
Arya bakal
So
ditumbangkan.
Beacon able to escape
Wah,
a
rugi.
little, gets the kill on Arya.
Ayori
Rui walks
dicari.
into the-
Oh, dapatkan Joy. Penukaran mahal kat situ.
Next to the chopping block as Panda looks for the clear, looks to peel.
Aduh.
Sorry, just looks to deal damage. Ashley with the glorious pathway, able to escape from the
Oi, dia dah depan tu. Oi.
Panda,
Lancelot masuk. Lapu-lapu berjaya mencari. Oi, apa benda dia tapak tanah tak kena. Oh, lama alamak, slot miss kah? Tuan-tuan, shutdown, dapat gayanya. Rata untuk GG. Game pertama bakal dimenangkan oleh Terra Queen guys. Tapi it's nice effort yang kita tengok. Kita tengok game kedua. Harap draft dia lebih baik daripada game yang pertama ni guys, untuk lebih mudahkan player. Hariah mati 10 EXP. Congratulations untuk Terra Queen. Best of 5 guys. Siri ni panjang juga ni. Jadi sama-sama lah kita saksikan game kedua sebentar saja lagi. Jangan lupa untuk like, komen, share bagi pendapat korang pasal game pertama. Nice try untuk GG. Congratulations untuk Terra Queen untuk game pertama. Let's go. Tengok game kedua.